Good morning, everyone, and welcome back to Haven and Hearth, where I have made a couple of decisions. Firstly, I have enough LP. Well, not quite actually as much as I thought, because I need to devote 1,000 to get archery. And see, what that allows me to do is to bump my marksmanship up to 5, a fine baseline level, I suppose. And now I'm going to expend a piece of leather to create a hunter's bow. Alright. Now that I have this, which deals 30 damage, I can go over here to my bone supply. Well, I guess I only have technically 1 bone. Well, you gotta spend bones to make bones. See, I have historically run into a lot of boar in the area, and boar would be a fantastic source of hides, important meats, and bones if I could only harvest them. Now, doing so with melee in my current state is hideously impractical. But via archery, well, it might just be pitifully easy. And the whole thing is kind of an investment, because yes, it takes bones and it took a piece of leather to get this process started, but it's going to enable me to get so much leather and, of course, bones down the road. You know, squirrels, rabbits, these things are worth 1 bone a pop, but boar? Oh, you can take them down for a number of bones. I realize there's probably a small amount of arrogance and even foolishness in my actions here, but I can't stand sitting around doing nothing, especially for days on end. It's just, if anything's impractical, it's that. Perfect. Here's our first subject right here. This is pretty ideal terrain, too. Not too many thickets around to worry about. So let's get started. There we go. That's how it's done, folks. Now, I think the best way to do this is going to be to butcher it on site. Yeah, that was a really cool little interaction there. And yes, quite effective, just kind of bobbing back and forth with a boar. It's a hunting strategy that almost is kind of like dancing a little bit. Kind of dancing with the boar until it runs away from you. I'm not sure that that's what they intended by implementing that mechanic, but I find it somewhat effective. Successful outing, I would say. Now, I'm beginning to regret how annoyingly I built these decoy drying racks, because now I actually want to use them. And they're laid out like a psycho built them. Well, ladies and gentlemen, there it is. Everything in my inventory is as close as I am to producing palisades. Was the archery detour worth it? I'm gonna say yes. Mostly out of pride. I think only hubris could drive a man to say yes to that, because pretty objectively it probably put me back at least 5 hours. But you know what? It was 5 hours well spent. I'm tempted, I really am, to build more drying racks. But the thing is, if I build more drying racks just to get these hides drying, like, okay, sure, these hides, I'd get them drying faster. So I guess I will. The thing is, I just know, and this knowledge haunts me, that I'm going to have to so quickly break them and build new ones. But there we go. More hides on the racks. I suppose, is there anything else terribly precious I want to log out with? I guess just the bee larva. Well, that'll do it for today. Like I said last time, and I think the time before that, a lot of the stuff I want to do is going to dramatically increase my footprint. Now, secrecy has been almost entirely blown to the wind, but only almost entirely. I still have a rather tiny footprint, and here's to hoping that'll protect me. Yeah, man. It is going to be an agonizing 36 hours. It really is. I think when I wake up from my nap, I get to transfer these rabbit hides over here, so it's really less like 36 hours and probably more like 34. But all the same, when that time is up, if I have not been raided, I will finally have palisades, and then I'll be free. Until then, thank you for watching, and good night.